This episode of Walt Disney World Today is sponsored by MEI and MouseFan Travel, who specialize in cruises and vacation packages to Disney and other destinations around the world. MEI and MouseFan Travel is an authorized Disney vacation planner. They provide their signature services with no additional agency fees. To get your free no-obligation quote, visit www.mousefantravel.com.
This is Walt Disney World Today. Give us 5 minutes and we'll give you the world.
It's Wednesday, January 30th, 2008, and this is episode 364 of Walt Disney World Today. I'm Matt Hodgeberg from StudioCentral.com. On the show today, we have Mike Newell of Mouse World Radio. Well, Mike.
Hey, Matt. What's going on?
Not much. We also have Len Testa, co-author of the unofficial guide to Walt Disney World. Welcome, Len.
How's it going, Matt?
Outstanding. And also joining us is Mike Scopa of All Ears Net. Welcome, Mike.
Sarah sure gets to the core of the apple.
Carousel Progress.
Carousel Progress, yeah. I was going to start singing.
There's a great, big, beautiful... Nothing?
It only takes us 6 hours to do the wash.
Exactly.
And 2 days to get across the country.
It's Wednesday, and we're answering your listener questions, and we're going to start out with Aussie John of Sydney, Australia. Right, hi, guys.
John.
I just booked a return visit to Walt Disney World in April 2008. I booked a 5-night and 4 package to the world, and I've already organized my ADRs, which have all worked out really well thanks to you guys. I do need your expert help, however. On my last day at Walt Disney World, I'll be visiting Epcot on an early magic hour morning. Yes, I have read the guide, and this was a terrible error in judgment, but it just worked out that way. I have read the guide from cover to cover, yes, all 3,000 riveting pages, but still one question remains unanswered. During Epcot's Extra Magic Hour morning, does the FastPass machine still issue tickets in the first hour? I want to follow the set touring plan and get my FastPasses for Soarin' and ride that attraction after visiting Test Track and Mission Space. Your insights into the guide's failing would be really appreciated. Thanks for all your help. Planning for this trip was a breeze after 12 months of tips and reviews from the podcast.
So if I might expand on Aussie John's question. So there's usually 3 different ways in which Disney runs FastPass machines. One is that they won't run the FastPass during morning extra magic hours at all. So they won't unveil them until 9 o'clock. That's pretty rare though. Usually what'll happen is they will be running, but the return time is going to be one of 2 things. It's either going to be set up like at 8 o'clock in the morning. It'll be set up to start returning around 8:40 in the morning, or it'll be set up to start during the slower times of the year around 10. So if it's very, very busy, if John's going in April of 2009, there's a good April 2008. That's busy enough. I mean, it's not going to be Easter busy, but the chances are that they'll run the FastPass machines, and the FastPass machines will have wait times like 40 minutes in advance. So if the park opens at 8, the return times will be 8:40, 8:45, something like that. There's a chance it'll be one of the other things, but generally speaking, it'll be the first one.
Great. Next email is from Alex, who writes, the Rock and Roll Beach Club at Pleasure Island is closing on February 2nd, 2008. Can you confirm the rumors that it's being turned into a retail outlet and that there will be no longer any more live bands playing at Pleasure Island?
Well, there'll still be a live band over at Raglan Road. In terms of the retail, I don't know that Disney has announced any space for it yet. Anything in terms of details. But they'll definitely be. I mean, I think the general trend though for the downtown Disney restaurants is going to be more towards live bands like they have at Raglan Road. I think Raglan Road's hugely popular. I wouldn't be surprised if they kept doing stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm trying to see. I haven't heard anything in regards to that. Of course, I don't pay much attention to non-studio stuff, but yeah, I think the Raglan Road direction that you're talking about, Len, is what they're going with for it. Next email is from Cheryl from Westfield, Massachusetts. Writes, hello, gentlemen. I just saw the new Christina episode on iTunes. I actually can't wait to go to the gym now. I listen to your shows while on bike or treadmill, and it always makes the time go by a little bit quicker. I have a question for you about a trip for Food and Wine this year. We're going down over Columbus Day weekend, plus we're adding a vacation day to make it 4-day, 3-night trip. Based on the crowds and your vast knowledge of all things Disney, are we better off taking the extra day Friday, taking off the extra day Friday, fly in Friday, home on Monday, or Tuesday, fly in Saturday and home on Tuesday? So should they cut Friday to Monday or Saturday to Tuesday?
So in other words, so the question is do you want to spend Friday in the parks or Monday? Is that the question?
I guess so.
So
Yeah,
it was-
because it's.
Go ahead.
No, I would say. I would say you'd want to go in. I would rather go in if I were this person. I would go in on Saturday and come back on Tuesday. Wouldn't you think? Less crowds.
Now, is the purpose okay? So the purpose is to go when the crowds are most palatable for them. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what she's going for.
All right.
So Friday and Saturday are lower days than Monday.
Yeah.
But Tuesday's the slowest day of the week for the Magic Kingdom,
Yeah.
for example. So so Saturday and Sunday are better than Saturday and Sunday.
Plus, Saturday's going to be a lot easier to fly in than Friday because Saturday's a less busy day in the airport. As well as Tuesday being a slower day than Monday.
And Sunday's a transition day, so I would think that the parks would be relatively light on Sunday too.
Yeah. So I think I'd fly in Friday.
Great. Cheryl also wants to know. Also, we're planning to stay at the Swalfin since neither of us have been there before. Is one better than the other? We don't plan on doing the pool, and we'll be eating 90% of our food at the festival. So really looking for comfort, cleanliness, and a good hotel bar. Which do you recommend?
Which ones have the heavenly beds?
Swan.
Swan.
I think the Swan's beds are better, definitely. I think the Dolphin's closer, though, right, Mike?
No, we always talk about this. I think that the Dolphin is just the Swan is a little bit closer. The Dolphin is on the right as we're walking down. The Dolphin's on the right and the Swan's on the left. The Swan is closest to Boardwalk.
Cool.
Okay.
Next email is from Jeff Shell of Atlanta, Georgia, who writes, admittedly, this is an old email, but I figure it'll help somebody. So sorry for not getting this time, Jeff, but I'm running my first marathon at Disney in 2008. My wife and I actually have been going to Walt Disney World almost every year for the past 7 years now, and I swear it gets better every time. What's the best restaurant for the pre-race pasta dinner? There will be 3 adults and a 2.5-year-old, and we'll be staying at the Wilderness Lodge Villas.
Jeff, you should write into us and tell us where you actually ate and whether it was any good. We'll know for next year.
I never have done the pasta dinner. Len, have you ever done it?
No, I mean, so every year they do a special menu at all the restaurants for their runners, or at least most restaurants they do. I did a chicken pasta in 2006. It wasn't bad at all.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking for pasta, I would recommend Mama Melrose. It's good for the kids.
Even any of the deluxe resorts though that with a sit down restaurant are going to have a special menu. You should be fine with. Yeah.
Yeah, they adjust the entree for that. The menu for the night before. So
exactly.
Yeah.
But Jeff, write in and let us know where you ate and whether it was any good.
Welcome back.
Next email is from Keith, who writes, why is the slug line, give us 5 minutes and we'll give you the world, if the shows are longer than 5 minutes? Don't get me wrong, I love the longer shows, but come on. Newell, I think you can explain this one.
It's a target like world peace. It's an aspirational goal. We just knew we'll never get there.
It'll never happen. That was one of the first things when we first discussed doing the show. It was
one of the first things we were wrong about.
Yeah, exactly.
That was our first mistake.
The title and the tagline. The tagline we stole from 1010 Wins News here in New York, and we kind of put it in together with what we're doing. And the basic idea of the show was supposed to be 5 minutes long, but it expanded to 20, and sometimes 30 on Wednesdays. But we never changed. I don't know. I mean, we could say give us 20 minutes.
I think we all agree, though, the perfect length for the show was somewhere around 15 minutes. 10, 15 minutes, somewhere in there.
Right. Well, I mean, 5 minutes.
I'd agree that it's like 3 minutes, but, so pretty much do the opening credit, but whatever.
Next email is from Thomas, who writes, is it possible to have a touring plan that comes into account what rides would be suitable for listening into a Van Halen song ride, as well as suggestions on which song would be the best?
Yeah, so I think once they're done with this whole Aerosmith fiasco, Disney will finally see the error of their ways and promote the true American rock band Van Halen to their rightful
What
place.
song would you put on there?
Oh, geez, what song would you put on there? I would probably start off with Eruption And you could do Panama, which is a great driving song.
Panama!
Panama!
Unchained.
Isn't that Guns N' Roses?
Panama?
You're killing
Oh,
me.
you youngster. Oh.
Yeah. Atomic Punk would probably be pretty good off of Van Halen 1. Jump. You could do Jump. Anyway.
You can go on and on and on.
Yeah, I mean, it would actually be hard picking the right songs. There'd be so
30-minute show.
Next email is from Christine, who writes, "Hey everyone, I went on Mission Space a few years ago and I was terrified. I vowed to never go back again, but I was wondering if the latter introduced less intense version was worth giving a try. Thanks for the help, and you can take your time answering this, but I'm going to go back to the world in December, so I'd like my answer by then. I really love your show." I don't know. I think if you're gonna, I like Mission Space, the orange one. I think it's I don't obviously it doesn't affect me. What was that?
Edgier?
Yeah, edgier.
Anyway.
That's right. I just don't. I think it's kind of a waste personally. I don't know. What do you guys think?
It it's not bad.
demolish it.
I actually would. I would probably ride the green version now because every time I ride the orange one, it gives me a headache. And I know it's just me. It's not the right version. I would definitely do it again.
Getting old.
Next email is from Terry from Aurora, Illinois, who's known as Terry T Frog on WDWToday.com. Hoorah! Okay, guys, here goes. I'm going solo to the world, arriving very soon. Solo on the dining program, no car, using Magical Express tuned from the airport, staying at All-Star Music Preferred room, so close to the food and bus, or so I'm told. I know solo means I can get into the single rider line. Solo means I can eat at any time. I have not made any reservations for meals because I'm hoping a solo person might have an advantage, especially since this time of year going is a value season. So, are there any recommendations or suggestions? Let me know what you recommend for the solo guy.
You can. I think Scope and I did this. We walked into Tutto Italia in the late afternoon. I think if you walk in somewhere like at 3:30, 4 o'clock, 4:30, somewhere in there, you could probably be seated just about anywhere. You know what also would be great? Tepanido, because if they've got if the table needs an odd number, you can always fit one in. Beer Garden, same thing.
Beer Garden is another one.
Marrakesh, yeah. I mean, anywhere, yeah.
The other option is also keep in mind in some of the parks you have bars that serve the food off the menu, like the Tune-In Lounge does that at the studios. You get the food from the Primetime Cafe.
Oh, right, yeah. We get there in October.
No, he'd get a studios thing in there somewhere. Yeah.
In the Animal Kingdom, Yak and Yeti has a bar, and you can sit at the bar and you can order food from Yak and Yeti.
Bar?
So it's always a good, if they have one of those bars over there, check to see if they have a menu, because it's great for as a solo person. You just belly up to the bar and you order food. You don't have to be sitting at the table by yourself with like the welting rose on your table, waiting, looking around like, oh no, they're coming. Seriously, I bet. Terry also writes, P.S. I've been listening to the show ever since Bob and Lou from the Beyond Main Street podcast mentioned Magic Meets with Mike Scopa. I cried like a girl. Yes, I get the magic. I love your show. Been trying to catch up ever since.
Awesome.
Sweet thing.
Thank you.
Thank you for discovering the show. Next email is from Jonathan Dichter, who's the co-host of the All About the Mouse Disney podcast. Who writes,
Jonathan.
Matt, Paul, George, and Ringo. Insert gushing here, as well as the obligatory ding, Olu, and as well as the old Scopa joke. Was wondering about getting from point A to point B during my next trip. Specifically, we're staying at the Boardwalk Inn and have early morning reservations, 7:30, for both Ohana and Chef Mickey's. I assume I can't walk through Epcot to the monorail at that hour. So, what's my best route? Are buses to the Magic Kingdom running that early? Do we need a taxi? We won't have a rental car. Do you guys want to give us a lift? Thanks. Look forward to seeing you soon.
Yeah, just wait outside the hotel. One of us will be about to pick you up. No, I think
taxi would be a $13 price tag.
Yeah. So I've so it was like around $12 to go from the front of Epcot to the Contemporary. So yeah, that's almost exactly what it'd be. And for the money you're going to drop during the trip, $13 is gonna be nothing. I would do that.
Take
It's
the
gonna be your most
monorail
convenient.
back. Yeah.
It'll be your most convenient option. I mean, the alternative is to take a bus or it's too much. Just take the cab. Be done with it.
Be done with it.
Be done with it. Get on with it.
Taxi, cab, taxi.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Next email is from Michael from Nashville, Tennessee, who writes, "Hi, y'all. I really enjoy the show. It seems like you probably have covered this, but I haven't found this answer searching the archives. I was wondering if there's any advantage to getting park tickets at the World as opposed to the money saved at a discount place. Look forward to hearing your options."
Nope.
I mean,
You don't think there is one?
I guess well, there's the guarantee of handing money over to Disney versus some third party. But if you're dealing with a reputable company like Official Ticket Center or Maple Leaf Tickets or Undercover Tourist or AAA, there's really very little risk, especially if you're using a major credit card. So there's really no advantage to buying them waiting.
I was going to say there is one. Never mind the money that you'll save. I mean, it's a little bit. It's not much. But the real advantage is that you're not wasting your time buying tickets when you're at Walt Disney World, whether you be at the resort or at the parks. Because
right.
I don't want to stand in line, and even if it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, that's 5 or 10 minutes like else, and enjoying my vacation, not sitting in line waiting for tickets. So I would absolutely, positively buy them before I get to the park.
Good point.
Unfortunately, he already came back from his trip, so sorry.
Let us know where you got your tickets from.
Sorry, Michael.
Next email's from Scott in Buffalo. All right, hi guys. I've been listening to the show for about 6 months now and love it. The shows are the perfect length to get me through my daily commute. We're heading down to the World for the second week soon of a month that's coming up. And I was curious about your thoughts on the need for the Fantasmic dining package that week. Right now, I have an ADR buck per mile Fantasmic package. It's not that I have any real desire to eat at Mama Melrose, but I selected it because of the package. I have since found out on the particular night we're going that MGM there will be 2 showings of Fantasmic, and that is the one we'd have the package for. With the addition of the second show, do I even need a package? I'd rather try and get an ADR for something a little more fun for the kids, maybe 50s prime time, but really don't want to spend an hour in line to ensure seats in Fantasmic. Any advice would be beneficial. Scott, I hate the Fantasmic dinner package. It's a complete waste. Don't waste your time. I would tell you on a night like that where you have 2 showings, you should always go to the second showing. It'll be far less crowded.
Right.
But you say you don't want to go to that one. I'll tell you why the dining package is still a bad deal. Because you're going to you still have to show up at least 30 minutes ahead of time. That means at least. So you're still waiting. It's not like you're showing up 5 minutes before. They're going to stick you in the section all the way on the right, which has 2 problems with it. One, when you're in the princess scene, the floats you see in front of you will not line up with the music that you hear. And you'll also be able to see backstage from that point, and that can distract you. It distracts me because you'll see floats coming up that aren't supposed to be out there yet. And they're just bad seats. It's just a bad area to be in. It's not like you have a reserved seat. If I were you, I would go to the second showing. It's going to be far easier. And, of course, you can go to a restaurant that you're more interested in eating at, which I think is even more important to you. There's no compelling reason to get the package, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Anyone?
I agree, Matt. In
anything?
the olden days, it was okay, but now I agree. It's just not worth it.
I mean, you're still going to wait 30 minutes at least. So let's say you got there 30 minutes ahead of time. If you had to wait let's say you had to wait 45 minutes, that's an extra 15 minutes. It's not the end of the world because you already had to wait that 30 minutes. So.
And the thing is, you get there, you got a seat. It's not like you're standing for 45 minutes. You get into you get up there, you find a place to sit, and you should sit a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right of center. But like you said, if you go all the way over to the extreme right or left, you're going to be so much off that the floats won't be lit when you hear the music.
Plus, after you said, Scopa, that you're sitting down, which is important because not only that, after a long day in the park, sitting down for a little while isn't such a bad idea.
Nope.
Next email is from Taylor in Georgia, who writes, "Hey, Matt, Mike, and Len. I love the show and I look forward to it every week. I was wondering which of your all's favorite resort for the value, moderate, deluxe, and DVC categories are. This isn't a very specific question, but I just want to get y'all's take on the resorts."
That's a good one. That's a good question.
Just very quickly, we've done shows about this before, Taylor. If you want to search through the archives, you can find a lot of things about talking about, the value resorts, the moderate resorts, select and resort. Very quickly, I'll go through. I'll let you guys quickly come up with your own list. For value, I like All-Star Sports. Moderate, Port Orleans French Quarter. Deluxe, it all depends, of course, with Deluxe how much money is. I would say probably Polynesian. And for DVC, it's got to be Saratoga. Newell?
Value, I'm going to say music. Riverside for my moderate. I go with the Poly, and Old Key West for DVC.
Scopa?
It'll be Pop Century, Port Orleans French Quarter, and Polynesian, and I don't have a I don't have a valid frame of reference for DVC, so I'll pass on that.
Fair enough. Len?
I like Pop for value, but I know that the unofficial guide readers rate All-Star higher. In terms of, I'm going so completely against the grain. I really like Coronado Springs. It's actually the lowest rated moderate for unofficial guide readers, who rank the French Quarter the highest.
I'm glad you read the book.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. I'm just going against the crowd. In terms of deluxes, I really like the Poly the most, and probably going out on a limb and saying the Beach Club is my second favorite. In terms of DVC, you really can't go wrong with Saratoga Springs. I really like it quite a bit. Actually, I like Old Key West too. I'm going to change mine. Old Key West.
Oh, you get a
At
ding
least
for that.
at least until the contemporary DVC's built.
Old Key West does not get a ding.
Yes, it does.
Newell's Landing.
I control the bell. It gets a ding. In fact, Len, here, you get another one.
Thanks. I appreciate that, Mr. Newell. So kind and generous of you, as always.
Well, thank you. You're so kind to say that.
Next email is from Nicole Gonzalez of Lakewood, Colorado. Writes, hey, Matt, Mike, and Len. I have a question that I'm hoping you can help me with. With Matt's upcoming wedding and mine coming within the next few years, we're starting to set our eyes on what we would do while down in Disney for our honeymoon. While looking on the Disney website, I found that Disney offers special packages for honeymoons. In looking through the book, ding, I didn't see anything about these packages. Do you think that it'd be worth it? I know that you all have access to all behind-the-scene tours and stuff, but do you think that it's worth all the extra money and it would be worth the extra perks? P.S. Don't worry, the wedding isn't until September 2009, so you have plenty of time to get to this one.
We just got this one in under the wire. I would check. I think Mary Waring's Mouse Saver site has a whole thing now on Disney weddings, and presumably that includes the honeymoon packages as well. I would check that out, Nicole, and see if Mary has any information on that. In terms of packages, Disney's gotten better over the years about not jacking up the price of the packages and actually maybe providing some discount. So I would definitely take a look at the Mouse Saver site and see what they have, especially if you can order things a la carte, mix and match and make your own package.
Cool. Next email is from Chris Lanning, the co-host of the Your Neighborhood Stage Community Theater podcast, who writes, hey guys, Matt and Mike Newell were talking about how much they enjoy the cue music for Soarin' on episode 328. Well, there's one piece in there that I and my son particularly enjoy. It also has a very strong Universal connection. I know the answer, but wanted to see if Mr. Mouse World Radio knew the answer. What song in the Soarin' cue has a strong Universal connection?
Universal being the company?
Yeah, like, Universal Studios.
Ah, yeah.
Or you're talking about Universal, like the Great Circle of Life.
Oh,
The movie company.
I may have heard this.
I'd have to listen to it again.
I will freely admit I had no idea what the answer is.
Yeah.
Is it? I want to say I heard this in the studios while I was there during the marathon. I'm not sure if this is also in the queue for Soarin', but is Harry Potter Universal Studios? No.
They're not Universal. They have an agreement with Universal. I know the song you're talking about, but I don't think that's in the in Soarin'.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Newell, do you know the answer off the top of your head?
No, I'd have to listen to it again.
Yeah. That's my answer. I'd have to listen to it again.
Yeah. Okay, so there's a...
It's probably not Back to the Future, but an educated guess. I don't know. You stumped the chumps, so let us know what the answer is.
The Chumps?
Steel Magnolias.
Yourself.
Yeah, really.
Wizard of Oz. I don't know.
No, I'm going with
Jurassic Park.
Universal.
King Kong.
No. I'm
Dudley
going
Do,
with Steel Magnolias.
Steel Magnolia. Last email of the day is going to be coming from Kim, who writes, hi, Matt, Len, Mike, and Mike. I hope you get to my questions before my next planned trip. I'm planning for a visit to the Flower and Garden Festival, probably in April 2009. I had been planning a split stay between Animal Kingdom Lodge and Port Orleans French Quarter, but I recently thought I might rent DVC points and stay at either Animal Kingdom Lodge Villas or Beach Club Villas or Boardwalk Villas. My first question is, if I'm staying at Animal Kingdom Lodge with DVC, would I still be able to go on the Sunrise Safari? I know this is for concierge guests, but how are they going to handle a DVC guest?
Good question.
I I thought it was just concierge.
Yeah, I think it is too.
I thought
So
it was just concierge.
I think it is too. In fact, I know people who have actually switched rooms and done a 1-day concierge stay just to do the safari. I don't know that they'll do it for DVC because like when I stayed at the DVC at the Animal Kingdom Lodge in December, and they didn't give me access to the lounge or anything like that, so I don't think they would do it.
Well, right now you can't do this, but eventually you're going to be able to book concierge level using DVC points, but you can't do that right now because it's not open. So right now you can't. Eventually you can. If you get to that concierge level, then you'd be able to, take the tour, do the Sunrise Safari.
Cool.
Also, if I do a split stay using DVC, will Disney move my luggage for me? I usually use Disney Transportation and won't have a car. I know I can take a cab, but when I have split stays in the past, I've really liked it when Disney moved my bags for me.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think they would. Yeah, you can always ask, especially when you're going from a deluxe. Yeah, they'd probably do it.
No, they'll do it. I've stayed at Value Resort going to another Value Resort. All you have to do is you just go to luggage services and you drop off your luggage. Say, I'd like this transferred to, whatever resort you're staying at.
Awesome.
And they'll do it, it might take a couple hours, but they'll do it. Well, that's it for us today. If you want to find our older episodes, read our show notes, or send us your comments, visit the Walt Disney World Today website at wdwtoday.com. For Len Testa, Mike Scopa, and Mike Newell, I'm Matt Hochberg. We'll see you on the next show.
This has been a production of Mouse World Radio. This episode of Walt Disney World Today is sponsored by MEI and MouseFan Travel, who specialize in cruises and vacation packages to Disney and other destinations around the world. MEI and MouseFan Travel is an authorized Disney vacation planner. They provide their signature services with no additional agency fees. To get your free no-obligation quote, visit www.mousefantravel.com.